Hey everybody. I guess I just wanted to kind of give a recap of what's going on with the spending, the stimulus, and kind of talk about how we got here and what happens next. All right, so as you know, we talked about in the previous video, Trump has more or less threatened to veto the stimulus bill. This came as a very big surprise to, I think, everybody. He just all of a sudden makes this speech. It's Christmas time. We passed the stimulus. Everybody's going to get $600 in unemployment, and there's money for all kinds of different people and businesses, and this was a great thing. We thought it was going to work, and then all of a sudden the president comes and gets up on TV, and now he's saying, "Nope, not enough." They had indicated, okay, that they would, the Trump administration, I should say, had indicated that they were he was willing to sign the bill. So, how did we get there? Well, several weeks ago, that the White House told the Republicans in the Senate that they supported, going ahead with another stimulus bill. And they also mentioned that they supported what's called the omnibus, the things that are kind of tacked onto the bill that are not actually technically part of what it's trying to cover. You might as well refer to it as pork barrel spending, but I mean, it's just like little projects that senators want, and it's a way to get them to vote for a certain bill. I guess that's the best way to explain that. But so the White House knew that all these things, Trump mentioned in his speech that there's things like money for fishing game hatcheries and for cleaning up dead trees and stuff like that. The thing is, the White House, they knew weeks ago that these things were going to be in this bill, but they didn't say anything about it. In fact, just a few days ago, they were indicating that, okay, we're going to sign the bill. There was no reason to think they wouldn't. So, how do you, why did he do such an about face? I don't understand that. They did. I have read that he was very, very kind of fired up about a lot of the foreign aid, and that does make sense for Trump because he's been a very big proponent of keeping money, within the domestic realm, at home, rather than giving, billions or trillions even to other countries, and that makes I think it's a solid thought. I don't necessarily agree with that personally. Completely, but I do think we need to reduce some of our domestic aid for sure. It's eating us alive, but anyway, so that's what kind of got him all upset, and apparently that's the actual reason that he's kind of against this bill. But he used other things to justify it on the TV. So of course, Trump gets on TV. He says, "Hey, I don't approve of all the things that you've tacked onto this bill, but I want more money for the American people, for American families." It's a psychological ploy. It's a great one, really good idea, but it goes against his own party. So of course Nancy Pelosi, Democrat, spin. Um, she really pounced on it. She's like, "Hey, let's go ahead and let's pass this $2,000 thing through since Trump, the Republican, wants this now." That must mean that, this is Nancy Pelosi being Nancy Pelosi. But Trump, the Republican, wants this now. He wants the $2,000 now. He wants the $4,000 for families now. Well, we can just pass this by unanimous consent, right? No. Of course not. No, the Tea Party Republicans are never going to go for that kind of thing. Um, they'll get some resistance in the House. I think they'll face a little more resistance in the Senate. But she's going to try to put forth a unanimous consent thing to try to make the Democrats look good. And of course, it's going to be struck down. Then what are we left with? Okay, so we now have funding for the government up until December 28th, I believe. I think, yes. December 28th. So they have until then to figure out what the heck they're going to do with this bill. Now, will they change that? It doesn't seem like there's much interest in doing that. There's a lot of the kind of grandstanding like Pelosi's doing with this unanimous consent thing and blah, blah, blah. But Republicans have indicated no interest in changing it. And since the Republicans right now control the Senate, without a Senate, the Senate passing the bill, then it's just not going to happen. So, I think we're just kind of stuck in a bit of a rut here. I don't know what's going to happen. I mean, something presumably will happen before the 28th because that's when the money runs out. Whether that is that Trump gives in and just signs the bill. He did not say explicitly that he would veto the bill. And that's the interesting thing because Trump is a very straightforward person. If he says he's going to veto something, that's what he's going to do for the most part. If he says that, if he doesn't say he's going to veto, then there's this hint of, well, I might veto it, but maybe not. It's more of a threat, something that he might do, although I don't think he actually will. I can't say that for sure. I'm not Trump, but I'm not in his administration, but it seems like maybe it's more of a kind of a grandstanding thing to try to make himself look good. Maybe for a 2024 campaign or whatever the heck he's trying to do. It's insane. Or just to make his friends look bad. I mean, I mentioned in a previous video that he might be trying to make Mitch McConnell look bad because Mitch McConnell announced or congratulated Biden on the Senate floor while Trump is in the middle of all these lawsuits and things. And, I mean, there's lots of possibilities. I have no idea what the heck he's doing, but I personally would love to see the American people get a $2,000 stimulus check. I think that would go a long way toward what we need. But realistically, I don't know if that's going to happen. So it'll be interesting to see where it goes from here. I think that's about all I have to say on this video. So let me know what you think. Leave some comments and I'd like to know what other people are thinking about this because I'm a little perplexed by it, to be honest. All right, that's it. Try to make another video tomorrow. It's Christmas Eve, so don't know if I have time or not, but I definitely will not have one on Christmas Day, unless it's a Merry Christmas kind of video. But for now, that's it. Talk to you tomorrow. Bye-bye.